All right, let's get started on our mountain today. This is another mountain painting. And as usual, I've got some pink for my sky. Got some pre-mixed colors. I'll go through them here in a minute. But we're going to start. This is the brush I use. This is all liquid white. This is a wet on wet painting. Now we're going to start right here. I'm going to use a 2-inch or a 1-inch brush just to place kind of where I want my stuff, where I want my colors at. For those of you that don't know what wet on wet is, you buy this stuff. That's what Bob Ross used to use all the time. It's called liquid white or liquid clear. And you put it on your canvas and it makes your canvas real slick. And it makes your colors blend real easy. And that's basically what it is. I don't use it all. I do use it all the time. Let me take that back. In my sky. But usually I don't do wet on wets, only for mountain paintings. And sometimes I don't do it then. I usually just put it in my sky then. It's good stuff. You know, I ain't gonna knock it. I just usually like to do my paintings dry most of the time. And I do mountain paintings dry sometimes. Except for the sky. I'm gonna bring this down to make sure I got this covered. I'm going to take some phthalo blue. I hope this is still good. It's been sitting around a day or two. Yeah, it looks like it's all right. Paint will get a little clumpy on you if you let it sit around too long. And I'm just going to throw it here and there. Looks like I got a little, I think I might be dragging it through the black. That's okay. That's no big deal. As long as it ain't green or yellow. You don't want to drag it through that. I got all my collars real close together. I'm going to bring the sides down because I like to do that. Bring some of this over a little. I don't really know where my mountain's going to be. We're just winging it as usual. I'm going to take some Prussian blue. I've got a chunk of something in that. Some Prussian blue and darken these corners. See how dark that is? Real strong color. I really like it though. I mean, boy, it's a strong color. You get it on your brush, like this brush here. I can't really use it for anything else now except dark colors. That's how strong Prussian blue is. It is very strong. Now let me get a 2-inch brush and blend this up. Just so happens I had one laying here. Ain't that convenient? Start in your pink and work out. Do not start in the blue. Crisscross strokes. That's the best way to blend this stuff. Stay out of the blue for as long as you can, because once you get in it, you can't go back to the pink. So I'm going to try to get as much of this pink as I can, and that's probably as much as I can get. Now I'm going to start working up. I'm going to occasionally wipe this brush off. Start here on the edges. Go over here to this side. Once you get into this real, especially this real dark blue, man, your brush is toast. You can only use it for the darks from then on out. And it's okay if we just have a little pink. That's no big deal. I mean, it's fine. I want it kind of streaky, and it is a little streaky, and it's kind of what I'm after. Let me stand back and take a look a little bit. See how much blue comes off? This is what I'm wiping my brush with. Trying to take off as much blue as I can. Let me stand back and take a look. Okay, it don't look too bad. Let me drag a little bit of this over. Yeah, it looks a little better. Yeah, I don't mind I kind of like the streaks in the sky. It doesn't bother me one little bit. I like it. Okay, let's get to the fun stuff. I'll get me some paper towels, some clean ones ready here. As I said, I got my palette here and it's full of different colors. This is our close. We're going to have two, I think, two far away mountains and one close up. This is Prussian blue, black, and brown. I took some of that, put it here, added some white. This is for a farther away mountain. This is topping for a farther away mountain. This is for a closer mountain because it's darker. Okay, now we got to decide what we want. I am going to start with the lighter color. And as I said, I am winging this today again. So I don't know really where I want stuff quite yet. Let's see, is that far enough? Maybe I'll bring it up a little more. When you wing things, you just got to use your imagination to the best of your ability. And that's all you can do, man. I mean, it's hard to find good things to paint, really. I have trouble with that all the time. I'm spending a lot of time looking for things to paint. Because if it's not interesting, I mean, nobody's going to want to watch it. It's got to have some interest to it. Let's see, and I'll put this one here. That might be enough. By the time I pull this mountain out, let's take a look. Let's pull that out and see. I could just use this same brush I put the sky in with. I just might do that. Let's see, that's kind of light, but it'll mix. And just blend it out. Pull as much of this paint off as you can. It'll help you when you put your other stuff on here. This paint has a lot of phthalo blue in it. I mean, this brush, sorry. I think it's probably good. As I said, I'm winging it. I don't know what's going down here yet. I just really don't know. So, let's keep going. Let's get our darker color. Oh, I always make these real steep mountains. I guess I will again. I just can't help myself, I guess. Piece of something on there I didn't want. Oh, let's bring this down. I don't know, is that good enough? Not too bad. Should I make it taller? I'm talking to myself here. I should make it a little taller. little bit more in here. Sure I got that dark enough. Let's pull that out and see what that looks like. We don't like it, we'll change it. So one way to find out if we like it, and that's to pull it out. Not bad. Looks like a mountain, I guess. I make them look like volcanoes sometimes, not on purpose, but and we're going to start right here. We're going to start right there, and wipe your knife off every time you do this, because you're going to pick up all kinds of things that you just don't want, like blue, for example. I think I'm going to stop there on that one for now. Until I figure out what's a happening. And you barely touch this, literally. I say it every time. But that's really one of the secrets to, if you want to call it a secret. It's not a secret, I'm telling you, but barely touch it. If you want your paint to break, barely touch it. And that's called making your paint break. Let's take a look. Maybe I need to bring it together a little more there. It's more of a bigger, steeper mountain for sure. I like to go along the edge and get it first, because you got to be more careful. Trying to get that one spot there. As you can see, this is the darker color because it's closer. Let's see here. Bring this kind of down like this. I think I made enough. Let me go ahead and put a little bit right here. Okay, let's bring this on around. Bring it on around, fill some of this in right here. I got another chunk of something. I don't know what that is. Must be in my paint. You don't want chunky paint. That's for sure. Let's see, let's bring this on down like so. Until I figure out what I'm doing. Oh, here, let's bring this down like this. Bring her across. Okay, let's make some shadow color. I'm just going to use what we had right here, just so I don't waste it. I'm just going to keep adding white until we get it the way we want it. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I want it lighter, so this might be okay. As long as you can see it at home, it's pretty light. I'll have to get back in the camera and look here in a minute. Because if you can't see it, it's not doing me any good. You have to be able to see it. and just keep putting it on. This is just mountain color with a little bit of white mixed in is all this is. Okay, that might be okay. Let's see what this looks like. I haven't, nah, that's no good. I could darken it or I could put more white in it. Let's see what this looks like. Well, you can definitely see that. This is actually the color I just used. I may have to switch my knife. This is a tight spot here. I got a smaller knife that works pretty well for these hard to reach areas. And you do run into hard to reach areas. Just keep putting this on. And we wanted to get it a little darker down here in the front. So I'm just going to use this mountain color. It's pretty dark. This is the mountain color for the front mountain. It's pretty dark, as you can plainly see. We'll take our brush and feather this out a little bit here in a minute. Do the same right here. Because it's closer, you want it darker. I don't want too much darkness up in here, but a little bit wouldn't hurt. Let me wipe this off. Let me see. See how this looks back here. I typically don't do these far away mountains like this, but hey, you know what? You ain't gonna know until you try it. See how that might look. I don't know how it'll look. Might look okay, I don't know. Or it may not. Let me run a little bit more since I just done that. Put a little bit more of this collar down over here. All right, let me take a brush and see if I can do a little softening. All right, let's go ahead and put some kind of collar on our mountains here. I was debating, I could use try out some yellow ochre. I don't know. It's a good time to experiment, ain't it? Oh gosh, let me just put a little bit and let's just see what it looks like. This actually has a little burnt sienna in it. Gosh, I don't know. Let me just touch it. Man, I don't know. Let's do it. Heck of a time to experiment, but whatever. I mean, we're not gonna know how it looks. Kind of bright, ain't it? That's okay. I'm gonna put a little white on top of it anyway. Let's just do this one. This is actually yellow ochre with some sienna, burnt sienna mixed in. I mean, it's okay. It's a different color. It's very bright though, a little brighter than I expected. So let's take some white and let's skim. Now that we have an additional color today, well, I don't know. It's different. It's not horrible, it's just different. If it's horrible, you guys may not see it. Oops, wasn't supposed to say that, was I? It's different. It's not real bad. I said real bad. No, it's not bad. I don't even know if this white will show. But I like putting white on the tops. At least I know it's there. You might not be able to see it real good at home, but it's there. Yeah, let me stand back and look. All right, I put me a little sketch on here. There's not a lot of room down here, so we're just going to do what we can do today. I do like water in the paintings. I mean, I was thinking just making this all land, and I do sometimes. But let me get me a cleanest brush I got, which is hard to find. I'm going to go ahead, actually I'm just going to leave this sitting here. We got a little pink in the sky today. I'm going to throw a little pink in the water. You probably won't even be able to see it after I put the blue in, but it's there. Okay, let me take some of our mountain color so I don't waste it. And I'm going to throw it in here. Throw it in here. I like to keep some of this pink. I can run this across, but at least I can see some pink, and that's cool. Okay, let me make it a little darker here at the bottom area, especially down in here. Let me pull this painting back out. I pushed it in because I thought I have to move this painting in and out, because if I don't, it'll slip on me because of my easel. Let's make this a little darker right here. Definitely darker here. Now, I've got some land. This is just mountain color. Coming something like this. We're just making this up as we go, but it's coming something like this. Stand back and take a peek. Okay, this land, I think I just want it to come probably to here and go back. I think I want it to stop right there, so the water kind of wraps around. Something a little different. You know, you run out of ideas sometimes, to be quite honest with you, when it comes to these mountain paintings, because you don't want to do the same thing over and over, and you kind of do sometimes. Let me get my granddaughter's brush that I use constantly, and I'm gonna put some background stuff right there. But first, let me wipe this off a little. Oops. Okay, that's better right there. This is just a shop towel that you can buy at any Walmart or any automotive store. Paper towels will work too, if you don't have anything else. Okay, I dried that up a little bit. I'm going to put some background stuff along here. And I am just going to take some black, which I am almost out of, and I didn't realize. Oh, I got some good stuff right here. So we're good. And I'm just going to throw some things in. Black and sap green. Yeah, this is my, and you guys that watch my videos have heard me say it a million times. This is my granddaughter's brush. It's a real piece of junk. But man, I use this constantly. And I can't find another one like it. It's great for stuff like this. I mean, it's small. I've looked, I can't find another one like it. I'm going to go ahead and put these reflections in the water while we are at it, and I'll go ahead and run some stuff over here just in case don't have this covered. I should, but you never know. Now let me take some cad yellow light. We just want to give it a little color. We don't need a bunch of stuff. Sun's coming down this direction. So we're just going to put a little bit on the right side of these trees. Just give it a little color. Just a little bit of something. And right over here, we'll do the same just in case I don't have this covered, but I should, but you never know. Put a little bit in the water. Now let's pull these reflections out. I saved one brush just for this. Let me get me a better roll of paper towels, throw these down there. Let's see. Excuse me, I got choked on something here. I'm wiping this off every time I do this. Putting in the mirrored look. Excuse me. Okay, let's get our water line. Hang on a minute. My eyes are watering. I was trying to hold back coughing there a second ago. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's start working on this land. I'll try to quit whining here for a second. You know how it is when you get ready to cough. I was trying to hold it back because I'm filming. And my nose is running and all kinds of cool things. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put some grass in, I do believe. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to set this back for a second. I'm just going to go ahead and start with cad yellow light because this is dark. Yeah, this underpainting is dark. See, it's turning green. Yellow and blue make green. So it's okay to do this. Just start with pure, I do it all the time anyway. Start with pure cad yellow light. And I use a fan brush. You can use whatever you would like. this side, we want some here at the top. Kind of bright. Okay, let me set this down a second. I've got to pull this back out. Now, put a little ochre on it this time. Put a little ochre in it this time. I'll just come over here and just do this too while I'm at it. Ochre, maybe a shot of green. Shot of green over here. Maybe some Prussian blue as you're coming closer. I'm trying to rough this up a little bit, make it look more grassy, if that's a word, as it's coming closer. See that? I like that. That's what I'm after right there. Now this side needs some work. This is Prussian blue. Should be dark down in here anyway. Down toward the bottom area. Darker than what it is. Okay. Now, what we do next? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about what we do next. I know I got to cover this area up, probably with maybe a pine tree here, and I may have a dead tree somewhere. I wouldn't mind to cover this up too with maybe a leaner. This is the time you cover things up. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let me stand back and take a look. All right, I went ahead and highlighted these two pine trees. Let's go ahead and do this one for those of you who have never seen it. I just take pure cad yellow light. The sun is coming down this way. I am touching the right side of the pine tree. I'll get me a towel, paper towel. You got to wipe your brush off every time. It gets a lot of collars on it because we just put these trees in. You got to keep it clean. And we just touch the right side of the tree all the way down. Try to make it look as good as we can. Okay, I think I might I'm seriously thinking about putting a dead tree right there. Let me get me a filbert brush. Thought I had a new one, but I don't know where it is. I think I'm gonna put a dead tree right here. I'm just gonna grab some raw umber. Let me make sure I'm in the right location here. Too late now. I think I'm just gonna stick it right. This is all real wet. So I'm gonna probably form it up. Then I'll have to wipe it off. I should have made it a little crooked. Not too late. Just something different. Even though I do stick dead trees in my paintings sometimes, I just like them. There's dead trees in nature. Got several right across the street from my house. Put some branches on that here in a minute. I think I might also put a rock or two in a bush. Need some bushes or something. Let me see what kind of branches we want. We don't want a whole big bunch of branches. I get a little carried away with branches sometimes. I guess I'm kind of come over like that. Just want a few. I have one here. How about that? That may be enough. All right, let me show you what I'm doing here. I rarely ever do this. I may have never done it. I don't know. But this painting has been sitting around a few days. I thought it was ready to upload. And I started looking at it, and I thought, there is something not right in here. So this painting is actually dry, except this. I put this in here a second ago. I just want to show you how you can do things. You can repair paintings, you know. It's harder, but it's better to do them right the first time, obviously. But I put this in here, and I'm going to see what I can do. I had to cut into some of my trees. I got to fix them back. But this is, I'm trying to match the color that we were using to start with. This just really needs something right here. And I think it's another little peak. To the best of my knowledge, from what I can see, that's what it needs. And we're just going to put this in here. Put our little peak in. I'll just try to blend it and match it the best that I can. And that's really all you can do. I mean, I think it'll be okay. All you can do is try, right? Let me put a little bit of white on top of that. Yeah, I started looking at it and I thought, ugh, something's wrong with this. I'll just try and blend it the best we can. I think we can. Let's put a little bit more right in here, I think. And if we can't, then I'll just won't show this one if it ain't good enough. Let's take some dark. I'm just mixing things on the fly here. See how dark this is. That's pretty dark. That's kind of what I want. Got to get some on my knife first, don't I? It's pretty dark. Maybe not quite that dark. I mean, I may have to redo this whole mountain to make it look right, and if that's the case, that's the case. I'll try and blend a little bit of this and see what happens. But I just want to show you what I was doing. I had to do some repairs. That's part of painting. That's what you got to do sometimes. I'll get this finished and we'll be back. Well, folks, that looks like a wrap. I think it turned out pretty good. I changed a few things. I like it better. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos. And thanks for watching.